What's up, people? Good to see y'all. What's up, man?
This Negro here.
Yeah,
Last,
it just depends on the day. It just depends on the day. I love your look though. Yeah, I will be back on next week. You know I'm traveling, and so
no excuse.
I'm traveling,
I
um, and so
was like, let me take the hoodie off
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so I can be appropriate.
yeah. You're absolutely appropriate. Um, And when I saw you come in, I was like, yeah, I just started laughing like he gonna kill me. Like this dude, this dude is going to absolutely destroy me today. Good morning, y'all. This is week two. Uh, yeah, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen on the Grown Man podcast. Leroy is better reflection and representative of the brand today than I am. I do have
No,
um,
it's a represent both of them all because I mean I like it. Like you said,
yeah, yeah,
the hoodies. The hoodies are good. I think
yeah, 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 yeah,
it's a
yeah,
good niche. You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
for sure,
hey,
for sure,
you know,
for
I
sure.
always look better than you anyway. So you know what I'm saying? So
You ain't got no. This is a this is an era. This is an era where beards flow. So if you don't have a beard, you really can't. You really can't say too much. You don't have a beard. So so yeah, this not a whole lot that you can actually say. Good morning to y'all.
See,
Uh
that's a grown man beard,
this
huh?
is a grown man beard. This is the grown man podcast. This is the grown man beard. Yeah. Like, you know, I'm becoming more and more gray every day though. It's
Yes,
kind of
sir. Yes, sir.
it's kind of
Yes, sir.
it's kind of wild. So as you guys come on, do me a favor, say good morning to us and tell us where you are watching from. Um, Leroy, how was your weekend, man? We did talk yesterday because we had
Mhm.
the what did we rename the Bible study?
Did you rename it?
Yeah,
I know it was the
I
Braveheart
changed
Bible
it from
study, but I didn't.
Braveheart to something else. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I changed it from Braveheart to something else.
Okay.
Um, y'all do me a favor, like, share, send it out, let everybody know that we are on. And yes, after all of the complaining I did, after all of the brand announcement I did and said that I would be in a suit, and Leroy has complied, I showed up with a hoodie today. Yeah. Uh, I showed up. I showed
Hey,
up with
bro. Hey, bro. It's your show, and you can show them how you want to. Ain't that how the
I showed,
song go?
here's what's funny, right? Before you actually said that, when I came on, for anyone that was going to say, "Hey, Donald, what's up? Where's the suit jacket?" I had every intention of saying, "Negroes, this is my show. I'm gonna show up the way I want to show up." Uh, so I'm glad that you said it before I said. How was your weekend, man?
No, it was good, man. And like I said yesterday, bro, I'm just on this really tip, over these. It's just come over me for some reason. And 2024, be more supportive of the people that are in my impact, in my circle of impact.
Mm, mm.
And
I've noticed that.
part
Yeah,
of that,
yeah,
this, I've
yeah,
been intentional about it. I'm trying to be
yeah.
intentional about it, man, and purposeful about it. But a friend of mine that I do my the more than just a movie with, Miss Kendall. Shout out to my sis Kendall Lanice. She is I think it's 3 4 years um a cancer survivor.
Yeah,
Um
bro.
uh colon cancer. She had colon cancer. So she had a celebration this weekend on Saturday. So she had some friends that she wanted to be able to celebrate with at a restaurant. We went and had some good food and just celebrated her. And all of us talked about how we came to meet her, and it was great to see how everybody came to meet her and everything like that. Because she had
Yeah.
friends that were back from like the seventh grade
Wow.
that she's still friends with. So I was like
Wow.
that's awesome, and so just some friends that she had met along the way, and those of us that are more recent friends and that are friends with her and stuff, and just kind of loved on her, bro. And
Yeah.
as I
Yeah.
was
Yeah. Yeah.
sitting there, and I'm thinking that a lot of times we don't get to give people their flowers while they're still here, or we don't take the time to give.
I was about to say it ain't that we don't get it, we don't take it.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
absolutely.
You know, so that's what that was all about for me. With celebrating her and everything like that. And then it's March Madness, man. So I've been watching, flipping. I've been flipping the channels from the different channels, trying to watch some of each of the games. And it's been some people's brackets have been blown, have been
Yeah,
blown. So
yeah.
so I was just like, yeah,
Yeah,
it was
what
gone.
are some of the upsets that have happened, man?
The biggest one was. Uh,
Kentucky?
Yeah, I think Kentucky was probably the biggest one because I think I'm trying to think. I think there was a number one that fell too, but there's been a couple of big. There have been on maybe like a couple of big ones, but um, down brackets because you got into the second tier of it yesterday, and then Saturday, and then yesterday. And I think those games they were pretty much blowouts. So I was just like, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna watch the ladies because I wanted to see the ladies games, man. I think the ladies tournament is gonna be much, much better than the men's tournament. I really do because they had
Yeah.
some good games on yesterday, and they have more games, ladies games on tonight too. So
When does
wanna
South
see
Carolina?
the
So
see that.
do you pick South Carolina as the ultimate
Yeah,
winner? Do you?
yeah,
Is there
yeah,
anybody
yeah.
that will even challenge them?
I think LSU. I think
LSU?
LSU is gonna be. Yeah, I think they're gonna be right there. Um, I don't know where USC is ranked, but that young lady that plays for USC is
Yeah,
dropping buckets.
yeah, yeah,
Um, I can see them, and don't and we can't I can't forget Iowa with that young lady. Kate, is it Kate? Caitlin?
Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark. Yeah, Caitlin Clark. So I was gonna be right there too, man. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
because
It's
they were
gonna
there
be
last
good,
year.
man.
LSU.
It's fun to watch. It's fun to
Yeah,
watch.
definitely
Johnny
fun. Definitely fun to
Batesmore,
watch.
what's happening, man? Good to see you. Thank you for hanging out with us today on the Grown Man
Yes, sir.
Podcast. Of course,
Morning,
brother
everybody.
is with us. Dwight says LSU will be there. Um, yeah, I I just want to get back to football season.
It's been some interesting movings during free agency, bro. I don't know if you paid attention to any of that,
Well, you
but
do know, I
it's
mean,
crazy.
for those of you that don't know, let me announce my new team this year. I have a new team this year, 2000, going in 2024. Um, and my new team is the Philadelphia Falcons. If you have not looked at the roster of the Philadelphia Falcons, you really should. There's my wifey. Hey, baby. She said, "Here we go." I'm just, baby. You should. Who was it? Farrakhan interviewing with Wallace, Mike Wallace.
Yeah, Mike Wallace. Yeah.
So when he just told Mike Wallace, you should be quiet.
Yep.
You should just.
Didn't he? Didn't he? Ooh.
So that's what I'm just telling my wife. She's a Dallas Cowboys fan. You should just be quiet. Like don't come on here talking about here we go. I'm in Atlanta. Hey, do I say here we go? I'm in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta now, right? I love the moves Atlanta has made this off season.
Mm, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and I'm gonna get a chance to see obviously some games, right? In Atlanta. And I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I love the decisions that the Philadelphia Eagles have made as well. So it's gonna be fun for me this year. It may be hell for everybody else, but it's gonna be fun for your boy this year.
You ain't
Uh,
loyal.
I'm loyal, bro.
Yeah,
What's up,
pick
cousin?
one.
What would make you say I'm not loyal, man?
Pick one.
I did the Philadelphia Falcons.
Okay. We're in the NFL 32 teams, the Philadelphia Falcons.
I root for two teams. The two shall become one. Leroy,
The two shall become one.
the two shall become one. Um, oh my God! Listen to me. Somebody said no, sir. Yeah, Miko, it does work like that. It does work like that. It absolutely works like that. Is that Johnny Bazemore that's saying good morning or and no, sir? I don't know who's. Man, I hate this feature with StreamYard. I just wish it would give everybody permission just to,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I like you got to go
yeah. I
through
don't
all this.
understand it either.
Yeah, it's just kind of irritating. So those of you that show up as Facebook, oh Epps, what's up, man? Yeah, it works like this, Epps. I'm a Philadelphia Falcon fan. Um, and so people always Johnny B said that's not me. Okay, Johnny, it's Tramel Epps. We found out, man. Um, for I've been long accused of being John Dwight said same conference. Okay, so let me just clarify. If by chance Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons teams play in the playoffs, I am rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles. So ultimately, my team is the Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, cuz Delia. Is Delia on here? Good to see you, cuzzo. Let's see, bruh. Eagles will be better than the Falcons. Yeah. Good morning, y'all. I'm so rude. Yeah, you are rude. You are. You are rude.
Uh-oh.
you are rude. Like my husband. Yeah, I'm not rude. I'm not rude. Marlon and I are on this debate right now with who is more rude. Um, if you ever, Leroy, have you ever talked to my wife on the phone? Like, have you ever had a
No.
conversation with her on the phone? Let me
Oh.
tell you how it's gonna go.
Oh.
Let me tell you how it's gonna go because she has the worst phone etiquette in the entire world. It is
Uh-uh.
absolutely, it is absolutely rude, right? So she's gonna engage in the conversation, but then once she has her answer, she's gonna say, okay, all right, bye. Okay, bye. And she's gonna hang up. Like, I'm like, babe, you got to give people an opportunity to say something. She's like, babe, I don't even, she don't even know that she's doing it. She called me motor mouth. She don't even know that she's doing it. Right? It's yeah. So yeah, I'm a
I
Philadelphia
gotta.
Falcons.
It's sometimes, and Marla, I feel you on that because some people just be like, they try and keep you on the phone, so you just be like, get before they even get a chance to keep talking. I had a friend of mine, I do that to. I'm like, look. You ain't gonna keep me on here. I'm like, I'm trying to get off the phone. I done told you, son. My next recourse is to hang up on you. No.
Yo, I just think it's rude, man. It's
It,
rude.
it, it can be. But if I done told you 5 times already that I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go.
Look. When you're
You
done,
know?
yeah, that's her.
What she said.
Yeah, that's her position for real. And when I first heard her do it, those of you that
Mm.
don't, my wife has this charm to her, right? She really does. So she got all y'all food. So y'all know that she is the queen of the comeback. Look, Leroy, look what she said.
Because, oh,
Be gone.
shoot.
She has this, she has this charm with her. That's really how she really chased me, Leroy. She chased me. She caught me. She asked me out, asked me to marry her, and here we are. Here we are. Here we are today, right? But the reason why I said yes to her as she got on bended knee and asked me to marry her.
Bro, you know folks gonna believe you, right? Because you know nowadays you got women doing that, right? And
There are a lot of
the dude got his hand out like this. I'm sorry. See, you done start trouble, bro. I ain't playing with Jesus. I ain't messing with you this morning. I'm not messing with you this morning.
the dude do this.
I ain't messing with you this morning,
Oh man.
dude.
But a part of her appeal is the girl is so charming.
Yeah.
She's just really, really charming, right? So when she first did it, I'm taller than him, so that's a lot. You're not taller than me, girl. You are you are shorter than short. So she the first time I heard, I was like, hey, yo, that's rude. She's like, is it? I'm like, yes, that's real. Like talk, it doesn't matter who it is. It's like, okay, bye. Like, like,
Mm.
and it doesn't have to be anyone that is notorious for holding her on the phone. It's just,
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean? Like that's just her way. And I'm like, hey, babe, that just rude. And then she got that little twang in her speech. She got that little. I thought she was Southern. She from the Midwest. She ain't Southern. She had my mom fooled too. My mom thought she said, "Baby, she is Southern." I said, "No, ma'am. She from Tulsa."
But isn't that considered the like the southern Midwest,
You
Tulsa?
know what, man? I always thought so, but Lala always
Oh,
corrects me.
mm,
She corrects me, and she says, "No, I mean,
no.
Tulsa's the Midwest, babe. It's not really the South. We don't consider ourselves South."
Okay, okay.
Um, she said there's a debate,
Mm,
right? But she has always said, yeah, she said we're not really
mm.
Southern. So I
Oh, wait a minute,
always
wait a minute. Is Oklahoma below the Mason Dixon line?
La answer the man's
Is
question.
is Tulsa below the Mason Dixon line?
Is Tulsa below the Mason Dixon line? Is his question. We're waiting.
Exactly. Do I need to go get a map? Do I need to pull up MapQuest? Ask AI. Ask AI.
SKI chatty
I know. Right.
is Tulsa. Look. I don't know, man. See, this is that's a part of her coming out. That's a part of her coming out. For everyone that thinks that girl is just kind and sweet and Southern Belle, that's her coming out. Look. There she go. Bye. I told you that's
I'm
how she
just saying.
that's how she handles it. So I want to ask every one of you, do me a favor, pray for my family. I had the unique privilege and honor to eulogize a woman that helped raise me. Um, and I did so on this past Friday. I asked many of you to pray for me. You guys showed up in this is this is what I love about social media, man. For all the negative that can be said with how people use
Mhm.
social media. Social media is
Right,
neither moral nor immoral, it is amoral. It is in the
right.
hands of whoever uses
Correct.
it.
I say that too. Yep, absolutely.
And bruh, the level of people that responded just to me saying, "Hey, y'all, pray for me," um, as I had to perform something incredibly difficult, right? Pray for me. And people just showed up in droves, praying for you, praying for you, praying for you, praying for you,
Yeah.
praying for you, praying for you. And yeah, it was. So I really want to thank y'all. I sensed without being spooky, Leroy, I really did sense the power and presence of the Spirit of God, the peace of God,
Yeah.
as I eulogized um, Mom Helen Marie Grace. So thank y'all for praying for me and being there for me. That's what my weekend was like. I am still here eating my daughter out of house and home. Um, yeah, I'm eating her out of house and home, and uh, she made soup before she left, and yeah, I've been everything that is available. I've eaten everything that she made before I got here, and I think she's got to step out today. I'm going to eat the rest. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So proud of my husband. If you know, you know. Thank you, babe. Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for
Big ups to
standing
you,
with
bro.
me. Yeah, yeah, standing with me. Thank you, bruh, for standing with me. Because and there's a lot that people don't know,
Yeah.
that you know, and that Lala knows, and just what I did this weekend was really grown man stuff. Yeah, it really was grown man stuff. So Bernice Lohman, hey, good to see you, sis. Thank you for hanging out and stopping by the Grown Man Podcast. And I'm spoiling my granddaughter. Yes, yeah, without question, Princess Nana,
Isn't
Princess Princess Nana. Pray
that
for
what
her
grandparents
today.
supposed to do?
Yeah. Like you're to do with your grandchildren all that you did not do with your children. Like so yeah. My mom is crazy
That's for
because
sure.
my mom, before she transitioned, her great grands, oh my God, they got away with everything. I mean,
Everything.
absolutely everything. Um, yeah, absolutely everything. So Leroy, let's work, man. And I think it's a perfect
Let's
segue
go.
into what we're talking about today. I want to acknowledge Leroy in his suit jacket today. That is not a uh, remand approved pin, but it's a beautiful pin. Talk to me about the pin, man. Whose pin is that? That's a beautiful pin.
That- yeah, I got this from Kings and Priests
Got it.
organization last year when I went
Got
down
it.
to Orlando for their conference as a part of it. I
Got
received
it.
that
That's a
for the work
beautiful
that I
pin,
do
bro.
with us. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it makes me want
they
to go make sure we order some for Remand.
Yeah, we definitely with that's
Yeah,
definitely got to be, bro. We
yeah.
got to do that and
That's a
have
that's a good point.
the icon
Yeah,
have
let's
the
talk about
icon
that today, man.
as the
Let's talk
pin.
about that
Yep,
today.
absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Marla says she checked Google. Tulsa is south of the Mason-Dixon line.
Then you are a Southerner, ma'am.
That's right. Talk to her, Leroy. Tell her
You
you
are
are
a
a
southerner,
Southerner.
man,
Stop acting like you're not from the South. You from the South.
from the South,
Yeah, you
the
from the
Midwest
South.
South,
The South. The
the South.
South.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the South. What's up, Emmett? Good to see you, my guy. Thank you for hanging out. So Leroy, here's the deal, man. This is what I want to talk about for the next 30 minutes or so. Um, what I've discovered as men is that we often, and you know this, right? The work that we do, if I were to pull up the character arc and somehow StreamYard is just acting really, really funky. So
Yes.
I, I don't know. Let me do this real quick. Let me see. That is the character arc, right? That's the character arc. The smaller arc right here. Look at me, Leroy. See, I'm
I
working.
know. I see you. I see you. I see
Yeah, I'm messing up now. Like I've been drinking from the red cup. So the smaller arc is really the beginning of the inner work that you've got to do, the spiritual work, right? It addresses culture. If you have the Remand book, then you will know um, this part of it, that it addresses culture, it addresses connection, it addresses cleansing, it addresses clarity, it addresses confidence. So that particular part of the arc is about kind of dealing with some of the thoughts, feelings, beliefs that led to the beliefs that we currently hold. And yeah, we still waiting on some things too, brother Emmett. Yeah, yeah, we are too. Um, um, yeah. So Leroy, what I've understood is that the greater work, right before you can get to this part of the arc, right, the larger part of the arc, which is the do part of the arc, making sure that you're doing things in excellence, doing things in a way that has extreme ownership. Love you. All right. Let me know you good. Okay. Um, ethicality, authenticity, nobility, right? We attempt to master everything. But before you can get to the do part of the arc, there's a B part of the arc that you've got to address. And there are, what I'm discovering about brothers, man, is, and talk to me about this, Leroy. Uh, before they can learn a lot of the things that we are responsible for teaching them, that's going to connect them with success and prosperity. And success and prosperity is not just financial, right? We're talking about health. We're talking about marriage. We're talking about business. Before we can really address those do elements, we got to address the
you.
B elements. And a part of the B element is digging up some of the old beliefs that are really keeping them bound, right? The title of today's podcast, man, is and this is not an arbitrary number. It really is, after coaching countless and countless brothers. 90% of our work, Leroy, is getting brothers to unlearn the stuff that they've learned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a real challenge, black man, to get brothers to unlearn the things that they've learned, the things that they've learned from, and don't trip on me, y'all. Just hear me out. The things that we've learned from parents, the things that we've learned from school, the things that we've learned from pastors, the things that we've learned just kind of picked up over time. A lot of those things have to be dismantled, because if you don't dismantle those things, then the attempt to build a life, which is the larger part of the arc, the attempt to build a life without uprooting some of the stuff that you've been taught, can be incredibly difficult, if not impossible to do. right? It's impossible to build a life on lies and untruths and things that have been taught us over time. And a lot of stuff that we've been taught over time, Leroy, have come to us not because people were attempting to be malicious. They've come to us because of an ignorance, a particular ignorance, right? That some of our ancestors have bought and sold. So our traditions as Black people are oral traditions, right? So because we weren't allowed to read, we weren't allowed to study, we weren't allowed to do any of those things. Man, have you found a particular difficulty in getting your clients, right? You work with men and women, but getting your clients to dismantle some of the beliefs that they've held dear, right? Because, well, my mom taught me this, it must be true. My pastor taught me this, it must be true. I went to college, this must be true. And it's not. Can you talk a bit about that, man?
Yeah, bro. It's what I call the miseducation of manhood, miseducation of womanhood. Those things that we've been, and you've said this before, that we just do things because it's what we've been taught.
Yeah,
We do it just because. And here's the interesting thing, as you were talking about the smaller art
yeah,
and what needs to happen. And I hope I get this right, but when they're building, before they build a building, they've got
yeah,
to test the ground.
yeah.
They've got to make sure that the ground
Wait,
is
shut up and keep
is
on talking. Shut up and keep
okay.
on talking. Shut up and keep on
So
talking. God
you know where I'm going.
knows,
You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going.
I had to walk away on that one, man. I had to walk away on. Did y'all hear what the man said? No, bro, I can't let you go away with. I can't let you get away with that. That's so good. Listen to me, because I do know where you go. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, it is. I think that's Epps. That's so good. Listen to me. Epps will remember I bought a building in Delaware. Oh my God, that's so good, Leroy. Listen to me. Boy, if I was near you, I would slap the hell out of you. That's so good. Lala, look at Lala. Lala said, oh, that's so good. Before you can build, you got to test the ground
Got
because
to dig it
then
up.
let, right? Natural resource, environmental, right?
Hmm.
All of that. Like you can't just build
Yep.
on ground
On
or
on
soil that
ground.
is contaminated.
Yep.
My God.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, man. I'm listening to you, boy. That's so good.
But you can't. And so as you were talking about the smaller art and the B part of it, that's what I was thinking about. It's like you get, and you talked about the cleansing. You got to clean up. You gotta till that land to prep it for the build.
Oh, that's
You
so
can't, just
good.
like you said, there's no building out here anywhere that was just built on land. They had to
They had to
test the
test
ground.
the soil.
They have to. They have to. And that same concept is what we have to do if we're going to rebuild and be remain. This is a rebuilding. That's what remain is. We're
Yes,
remaining.
yes.
We're rebuilding. Part of that is digging up there. So yeah, is it pretty? No. Is it gonna hurt? Absolutely. Y'all know we the worst marketers. But we gonna dig it up. We're gonna test it. We're gonna prod it. We're gonna till it. Do everything that needs to be done in the B part, so that it can be built on. Because if you miss that part, if
Bruh,
you don't do that right, there's nothing else. That building, what you build on, will crumble and fall.
that is
I
so
I
true.
promise you.
That is so true, man. Epps is saying, man, I was hype over the possibility of that building. We owned a building. We ultimately sold it, but we owned a
Mm.
building. And Leroy, what you're saying is so powerful, bro. You have no idea. Um, Brothers, y'all better get this. Lala said, brothers, y'all better get this. If not, ladies for the steal. Yeah, ladies.
Yeah, and that applies to women too,
That applies to
definitely. You
women as
know.
well, right? Leroy, the greatest amount of money we would have had to pay
Mhm.
in building this building was
Was in that
in
ground.
cleaning up the ground.
Ground. Mm. Yes, sir. Yep.
So it was frustrating for us because the building that we bought, there was a building on it, and that building used to be like a tanning for leather goods and those kinds of things. So it was a lot
Okay.
of toxins in the ground,
Mm. In the
right?
ground. Wow.
So they
Hmm.
had to
Hmm.
literally clean all of
Woo.
that up. They ultimately did build on that housing. We sold it to a developer, so they built
Hmm.
houses on it. But before they could build houses on it, they had to address the
The ground.
the the ground.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's why you got to deal with your heart. Your heart is the ground. Your
Yep.
spirit is the ground. Out
Yes,
of
sir.
it flows everything that's going to happen in your life. And there are so many of y'all. That's why when you come to remain, yeah, it was a block. It was a full block, a block
Oh
long and
wow.
wide. We owned
Oh,
it
okay.
was we had tremendous plans. We couldn't get past the phase where we
Of the ground.
of boy, Leroy, that's so good, bro. I promise you that is so much revelation, even for me. So when I write scripture today, that's what that I'm going to mention. I've said, God, thank you for speaking through Leroy, because that is so true. It's so true.
Hmm.
If you don't address, because what many brothers don't know is there's a thoughts, feelings, and beliefs process. There's a thoughts, feelings, and
Hmm.
beliefs process, right? And you never do what you don't believe. So people
Mm.
talk all
Say
the
that
time
again, bro.
about
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Say that again, bro. I think
you.
they need to hear that again.
Yeah, you never do what you don't believe. I remember talking to a brother who was engaged in sex before marriage. Now, look, I'm not here to debate what you believe about sex before marriage. That's not my point. He said, "Hey Donald, I don't believe in sex before marriage, but I keep doing it." I said, "Because you believe in it." Like he's like, "I don't believe in it." I said, "You do. Maybe your church doesn't. Maybe what you've been taught, they don't
Talk.
believe in it, but you believe in it."
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
didn't, you wouldn't do it. I sat on this chair because I believe subconsciously in my inner man, I believe the chair will hold me. We only do on a subconscious level what we believe works. So when guys are out on the block, it's because they believe only that works. So you got to
Mm.
address the beliefs, and you got to till the ground to dig up all of that stuff so that you can that yeah, it's true. So it's the reason why I don't get frustrated with dope boys on the block. I don't get frustrated with them. I understand they are functioning based on a particular set of beliefs, and it's not that other beliefs don't exist, but everyone is attempting to get them to believe something without digging up that other stuff that they believe.
Mm. Yes, sir.
The soil is contaminated. Their spirits are contaminated. Right? So Leroy said, don't even talk to me about responsibility, ethicality, authenticity, nobility, mastery. Don't talk to me about that until we can address this stuff in your inner man.
Yep.
And we gotta address it because the stuff you done got me all hyped over here. Listen, let me calm down and talk to y'all like I got a bit of intellect. You must deal. You must deal with the inner man. You must deal with the inner man. And Leroy, I'm gonna have to send you a seed because and that's real talk. Lala, I need you to remind me to send Leroy a seed after I do the talk in April because I've got a speaking engagement in April. And this that you just said is a whole nother talk for me now.
Mm.
It's a whole nother way. Y'all do know that there's no such word as another, right? Yeah, I just caught myself. Listen, I got a doctorate degree. Leroy got a doctorate degree. There's no there's no such word as another. So when y'all say a whole nother, just know that we
It
know
ain't a word.
it's not.
We can't find it in Webster. It's not in Webster.
Yeah,
It's in the book of phonics. It's in the book of phonics. That's it. That's our dictionary. We can find it in phonics.
yeah, another. I need somebody to look up another,
Another.
right? But that
Mm.
but the hardest part before you can build. So when brothers come to me and they say, "Hey, Donald, what do I need to do?" That's not the question. The question is, who do you need to become?
Become.
And who you need to become you is already present beneath all the contamination.
Mm.
So
Woo.
I used to say to brothers, you got to be someone different. But the
Mm.
truth of the matter is you are not who you were originally designed to be. So I need you to get a revelation of who you really are beyond all the contaminants, beyond all the stuff that is seeped in the soil of your spirit. Because our spirit, listen to me, y'all, your spirit is going to welcome whatever you put in it.
Ooh, boy. Somebody, please put that in the comments there. Somebody, please put that in the comments. I can't put it in there right now. Say that again, bro.
Your spirit is going to welcome whatever you put in it, whatever you introduce to it. Your spirit is designed by God to embrace it. So when you put it in over and over and over again, whether it's television,
Mm.
whether it's the books you read, whether it's radio, whether it's conversation, whether it's the environment that you have with your friends, no matter what it
Come.
is, these things that are being introduced to your spirit over and over again become a matter of your subconscious. The contaminants that you continue to put in your eyes, your ears, and come out of your mouth ultimately find themselves in the soil of your heart,
Mm.
and you are attempting to build on contaminated soil.
Mm.
So the reason why you keep cheating on your lady is because you're trying to be responsible with contaminated soil.
Mm. 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 Woo.
You're trying to be ethical with contaminated soil. And it looks good, but no one would know until they investigate why some of the stuff you've been inhaling. You go to the doctor and you find
Mm.
out uh you're dealing with carcinogens, you're dealing with all of those kinds of things that have come up out the ground, through the water, through the air, right? So understand that the building can be built on that kind of soil, because and the building will look good, but that building is a death trap. The stuff, bruh, you've
Yes,
been
sir.
doing are things that you've been doing because your belief is contaminated. The place in your inner man is so contaminated that you've not done the work to dig it all up. And here's the other thing, Leroy, that I really want you to talk about, man. We got about 10 minutes. Write this down, y'all. Hear me when I say this. I'm going to tell you it's a nugget. I'm going to drop a nugget. I want y'all to hear me when I say this. Yours, you will consider truth whatever arrives first. Right? So even if a lie arrives first, you will embrace it as truth. And you will now measure every truth against that lie. So if someone tells you, I don't know, if someone tells you that the world is flat, for a while, we measured everything against that. That was truth. That was truth to us. We didn't know anything else other than the world was flat, and if Columbus sailed, he was going to fall off. He was going to fall off the earth, right? We look at that now and we laugh, but we wouldn't be laughing if no one challenged that reality. A part of what we have the responsibility in doing, Leroy, is challenging existing realities that people have, right? Challenging that so that we can establish truth. Because here's the deal. Here's the deal, bro. And you shall know the truth. And the truth that you know, actually, what it says is, if you continue in my word, then are you my disciples. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. It does not say set you free. It says make you free. Become an entirely new creation that exists in alignment with freedom. Most of us have been unwilling to do the work of addressing the falsehoods. I'm coming to you now, Leroy, because we love the falsehoods we've been taught. We love them. We don't want anybody telling us that the world's not flat. We don't want anyone telling us, because we don't want to be wrong about. We don't want our parents to be wrong. We don't want our preacher to be wrong. We don't want our teachers to be wrong. We want to be able to say, well, that's what I taught. That's what they taught me. It must be what is true. Not necessarily. Leroy, why do we hold on to falsehoods, particularly when we're even presented with the truth of it all?
I think that we hold on to them because they're comfortable. It, it that it con- When you're conformed to something, you're comfortable in it. What does the Bible say? Be not conformed to this world, but
Yeah,
be transformed. People
yeah,
don't want to go through that transformation because
yeah,
they've now, like you said, have come into the knowledge of the information that the new information they have. Yeah, the world isn't flat. What do
yeah.
I do with that? What am I? How, what does that mean? You know. So as men, what we've been taught throughout our lives, our boyhood, our young adulthood, and adulthood, are these things that we hold on to, and it's like you said, the soil is so toxic that a lot of men don't want to have to do the work that it takes to clean it up, if that
Bruh,
makes sense.
that makes perfect sense.
And that's too much work. You mean I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You mean I gotta stop drinking?
Mm,
I can't run women, but that feels so good. you, you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I'm used to thinking this way. I was told that, don't get mad at me, bro. I was told that my wife is supposed to be barefoot and pregnant in the house. I
La
was
la, listen up.
told
Listen
that
up.
I was told that I'm supposed to bear the burden of all of the household. And when we're told something that's contradictory to that, and we have to begin to reshape and think a different way. Nah, I ain't got time for that, bro. I'm too set in my ways and what I'm used to doing.
Wow.
It's easier for me to stay and continue to do what I do versus change and have a new mindset and get used to doing something new, something different. That's what that B, the small arc is all about, bro. You know, you talk about it all the time. The core, our character.
Yeah,
It
bro.
all starts and ends there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we aren't willing as men to change the character of who we are, nothing else is gonna happen. It may
Because
be there for a minute, but it won't have any
that's exactly
sustainability.
where I was going. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Lala's laughing because I asked her if she's listening to you when you said barefoot pregnant. Take your shoes off, girl. Meet me in the kitchen. You know what we do. You know what we do. Those of y'all that come over our house, don't eat in the kitchen. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Lala gonna be like, boy. No. She said barefoot and pregnant. Let's go. She said, I'm ready to stay home. I know you are. I know you are. So you mentioned, man, and we got 3 minutes, Leroy. So I'm gonna give you the last words, man. Then we gonna check out of here. We really got about 8 minutes, but I like to start winding down because you know how we get in a topic and then we'll run over, right? If you want to sustain what happens in the rest of the arc, right? If you want to sustain what happens in the responsibility area, the ethicality area, the authenticity area, the nobility area, if you want to master all of that, you can only sustain it to the degree, that you deal with the inner work first. That soil stuff. That soil stuff, right? Um, and believe it or not, the word soil obviously is a word that talks about the ground. But all of my children, you listen to me, used to soil their diapers.
Mhm, mhm.
It's the dirty part. You got to be willing to address the dirty part, bruh. I yeah, real men don't hit their women,
Mm,
but that's all you know. Like you've not developed a language, an economy of language, a vocabulary that gives you the ability to go toe to toe with your lady. So because you don't have that, you hit her. But I ain't even blaming you. I'm saying to you that that's some tools that have been taught to you, and that comes from a place inside you that Leroy and I are after dealing with. Because if you want a healthy marriage, if you want a strong business, if you want a strong personal life, you're gonna have you can run from it for as long as you want to run from it, and you can build this beautiful life. Trust me, I've done it. I've built beautiful outward lives that all came crashing down because I ain't deal with the soil. The
mm.
soil was contaminated. So I cheated all over the place. I had to file for bankruptcy. I ain't handle my money well, right? I didn't eat properly. I was a fat boy, right? All of that because of some heart stuff. Not my physical heart, my spirit, the core of who I am, the character of who I am had to be addressed. And I didn't address it. I just tried to build a life, a responsible life, an ethical life, an authentic life, a noble life. But here's the deal: you can't build that in any way that is sustainable until and unless you deal with the core of the issue. You got to dig up all the ugly stuff. You got to face it. And that's what we help you do, Leroy, on day one. Got 1 minute, man. We help them do on day one. Finally get to a place where they look at themselves in the mirror and tell the truth about it all.
Yeah, yeah, and that's day one.
That's day one. Yeah, that's day one. I'm gonna give you the last minute, man, and then we're gonna check out of here.
Nah, bro, this has been powerful. This
Yeah.
conversation today has been just really, really good. I hope the brothers, got something from this, and understand, man, our core. You can't build anything until you dig up that soil, until you fix the soil. The soil has got to be right for everything else. So I'm gonna leave that right there, bro. This week, deal with your soil.
Deal with your soil. If it's contaminated, and if you've never dealt with it, let me make an assumption. It's contaminated. You
Mm,
can't be exposed to everything that's going on out here and not contaminate your soil. You've not known what to do. We want to help you understand what to do, right? So if you don't have your copy of the Reman book, I want you to go to www.theremanbook.com and get your copy of the Reman book. It will absolutely, we talk about all of this in the Reman book, dealing with the cleansing of the soil. You're gonna have to cleanse the soil. Listen, can I give y'all, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Do you know that a part of cleansing the soil, dealing with the contaminants, is the fact that you're gonna have to forgive some people you don't want to forgive?
come on,
You're
yes,
gonna have to
sir.
let some stuff go because it has nothing to do with them. As it has, but that bitterness is eating you up inside.
Yeah.
I want to shout out my wife. Um, because every now and then she and I will get into a disagreement and it'll get heated. But this is what I love about my marriage. I she said to me today, she said, "Boy, I love you so much." But then the next text, Leroy, was, "But you get on my nerves." Right? But this is why our marriage works. And this is quite frankly why my former marriages didn't work. Our marriage works not because we don't get mad at each other, not because we don't fuss, not because we don't get angry, we don't disagree. That ain't why our marriage works. Our marriage works because we take time to pause and dig up the stuff that's causing the argument.
Hmm.
Like, let's address the hard conversation because this ain't really about this. This
Hmm.
is about some stuff that's in me before I even got to this conversation. This is some stuff that she dealt with before she even got to the conversation, right? Um, yeah, this is our marriage works. If you want your marriage to work, if you want your business to work, you're gonna have to deal with the soil. This is the ugly marketing of Reman. It's not good. We are the worst marketers in the world, but we're gonna tell you the truth. And telling you the truth is it's gonna be hard to dig up because you're gonna have to face some stuff you not wanted to face. Lala said facts, babe. We just deal with the hard stuff.
Yeah.
And then I got
Yeah.
relationships like with you that'll hold me accountable, right? Sometimes Marla get on my nerves. I call Leroy. Leroy. Yeah, I call Leroy. He's a safe place. He's a safe, strong place. He's a transparent place for me to be able to say, this is what I'm dealing with. So I want y'all to understand you got to deal with the soil. You got to deal with the soil. You got to deal with the soil. Leroy, any final comments, man? I'm out of here.
No, sir. I think we hit it today, bro. So
Yeah,
just
bro.
just please remember to share, like, put your comments there, and we'll be right back here next Monday,
Next
same
Monday,
time,
10
same
a.m.
bad time, y'all.
Let's do it the way Lala said it.
Oh, that's
Keep
right.
on.
Come on.
Talk to y'all soon.
Later.
Peace out.